The beginning of game changers this season.
Oh, very scary stuff. It's not done just yet, though. A decent buy coming through here, but the Showers control play is in again. Shopify Rebellion, though, this time will actually lose a player and Showers control. So C9 White get the early advantage, the early 5 versus 4. It's a gun to be collected as well. And Cloud9 are very aware of this. And so are Shopify. So Dilly trying to make a play for this. Know that Jazzy's stuck.
Tough. It's tough to use a lot of utility just to retake this position because you've lost your main key initiation in Lori. So without having things like flashes to get into the site, you either have to hit this with numbers or spend some key utility. And this time it's just going to be numbers. Hunter's Fury also going to be spent here for KP to re-clear things out. Seekers in play defensively to try to counter, leaving Cat by themselves. But the quick shot from Sonder turns it into a 3v2 as SR are on the site.
Yeah, Sonder's been doing a fantastic job here so far. The spike will go down. Mal and Alexis in the clutch. Quick flash there, dodged by KP. Another one coming through as well. KP is so close, but it's Panini to get the kill. And now it's just going to leave Mel in the 1v3. Has all the information. There's a free one against Flowerful. 2 more players to go. Has a good sense as to where they are. That is so insane from Mel. Would you expect anything else? And that's the clutch, keeping Cloud9 alive for now.
That's absolutely unbelievable. That second kill in particular, it almost feels like it's just a little shoulder one-tap spammer just to see maybe if I connect. At a certain point, it almost feels like you have to be saying there's no way Cloud9 White can keep getting away with this. That's a brilliant first, but this just feels like a little, I'm just going to shoulder and tap. And yep, that's exactly what it is. Right over the top of the box, brilliantly placed.
Yeah, and that's the kind of clutch that can really bring the team back into this one. Let's see what they're able to do here. Shopify Rebellion putting the pain on through that short A position, but the defense is largely looking quite stable here. There's 4 players for C9 White, so not really conceding any ground so far, and they'll actually even try to challenge for the Showers control, trying to force them out. Wow, we're going to get everything. The null command coming through, and it's going to all get cleaned up for the Prime Gaming flawless. You know, that Cloud9 White can always do this.
I knew your mind was going there. I mean, it was the story of Haven yesterday, getting it to an overtime in, I would say, a little bit more comfortable margins than what we have here. But this is a very clean defense from Cloud9 White, not just because, obviously, you get the Prime Gaming flawless. Got to get it done with the weaponry, and yeah, Cloud9 White still showing why they are as good as they are. 12-8 the count, but another full purchase coming in for Shopify.
C9 with a slower start to the round with more emphasis towards B early. And they got that deep rim sky smoke there at the end of B long, and that's going to allow some additional control. But here comes the drone. The paint shells there. That's gonna have to come out of the drone. That's a nice little counter coming through. And at the same time, the Trailblazer sent through the A short TP to get that information on B short. It's actually going to trigger a rotation quite quickly from Shopify. So they've actually nailed this if they keep this pace, because there's still 3 players on the defense on that B site.
Problem is, Mel has 2 trademarks down with an operator to play with. So even though this content divide will split this off, these trademarks will give them the information that they're eventually looking for. Especially through Showers. You know they're for a fact they're going to try to contest Alexis in this position, but that's just a solo chow from Sonder. Puzzling to say the least. Spike will be committed for the plant, but this is a 5v4 with Rolling Thunder for the defense. They're going to hit the Qs. Alexis on their own flash follows up the showstopper for the double, and it's just down to Panini. Would you like back-to-back Prime Gaming flawless? How about it? Cloud9 White are still in this map, Dan.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it's starting to get really scary because we've seen this so many times before just yesterday. From the very beginning, you were questioning, in fact, how was it the case? Why was it the case that Cloud9 allowed this map to even come into play? And yeah. Shopify, they still need to close it. This is just great work from Alexis. You know, the Rolling Thunder comes through, and she wants to make sure that she is safe round for Shopify. So this should be rather pedestrian for Cloud9 White to pick up.
And for what it's worth, as we're watching kind of a little bit of a play for information here for Shopify, if you're Sonder, why are you going through U-Haul in the first place? If the call to use the Astral's Cosmic Divide is just to get the spike planted, you cannot be solo challenger into U-Haul like that. So maybe a small mistake there, leading to Alexis getting a key double. But for Shopify this time around, little toggle over the middle of the map, but Mel still feels pretty confident in this angle topside trucks with the trademark also there to kind of give a bit of a blanket. And yeah, that Aldrome being denied means there will be an aggressive peek through it. And Saunders actually bursted on in. This is good U-Haul control with the Bucky, by the way. You just have to lock this place up.
Yeah, this is a really good spot to hold. And it looks like C9W not going to be too out of position here. 3 players ready to go on the B site in time, and they're actually going to call the rotation again back to A. And given the fact that Sonda has this control that's so deep and all the information, oh, that's unfortunate. Now U-Haul is going to be in question. Sonda maybe biting off more than she can chew in that instance. And it's looking really good for Cloud9 White. Spike is just down on the ground and short, not looking recoverable.
Oh, but good kills coming through, but Jazz, just when things start to be questioned, Jazz comes through in the thick of it. Flash over the top, that's dealt with. And look, it's another moment, like, the play from Shopify Rebellion, you get Sonder into you for a time for Mel to once again be that linchpin for success for Cloud9 White. It would be right here. But the interesting thing about this is that Annie is actually setting up a fault line to potentially help against any pushes towards Hookah. So once again, the trademarks, as you had mentioned, are really the only set of defense that is actually in place here for Cloud9 White. And Mel gets stuck in a corner. Oh, that fragment is beautiful. The paint shells was there with it. Now you've got the showstopper to make sure you've won the B site. But Cloud9 White are in a position to still use Hookah as a post-plant deterrent, and it's looking good for it, at least for now.
Yeah, Jazzy looking really, really good at the moment. And sneaking in the back of the site. It's completely unbeknownst to Shopify. And there's that has just destroyed the defense. That is just so unfortunate there for Shopify. Oh, that's crazy. I don't even know how to describe that. That just destroyed the round completely.
That hit. So you use that to help out Andy, who's stuck on site eventually. And oh boy, now the weapons are poor for Shopify. And as you had mentioned from the previous round, it's definitely looking like we're going to be getting an idea here at a potential overtime situation. Fault line, paint shells coming through. Don't really connect the way it was drawn up, but it still at least contests the shower position.
Shopify is still looking for this. This could be a really good moment. And indeed it is. Sonda takes down Jazzykins. That's an enormous kill to get. And using the paint shells there to actually create more space, and that will allow them to recover the weapon. Pressure coming in from short A at the same time. Shopify are doing a lot of damage at the moment as they advance onto the site. And the Hunter's Fury comes through as well. It is the case though that KB has the spike, so it's not making its way quickly to A. And in fact, on reaction to that, Shopify are just going to go and send it towards B. And this might be a fake here. Cloud9 are going to have to figure out what the hell is going on because there's so much confusing information.
You don't have to overcommit, though. You've got an orbital strike to delay a plant if you want to, if you're Cloud9 White. And with 35 seconds on the clock, that is a massive tool. But if Saunders able to open up the first, they're going to use this to split the offense of Shopify Rebellion into 2 pieces. This is going to push everybody right back into Mel. She's missed a handful of op shots so far, but if you hit one here, you may secure the round single-handedly, and they collide! Oh my goodness, are you kidding me, Mel?
You said she just had to hit one. She gets 2 for the 1. And there's 10 seconds to get the spy planted. Mel is just holding true. Gets the quad kill.
Don't worry, if they rotate B, I've got you. And boy, doesn't she? My goodness. That is unbelievable. Like, as I mentioned, Mel was absent.
The question is, what does Shopify do here? Now that they've completely lost the momentum. Cloud9 struggled enormously on the first half. And we'll see if that story continues as they go back onto the attacking side here in the first overtime round. And just like in regulation, we see Shopify dominating the showers position. And that had a lot to do with their success.
Yeah. Really on both sides of the spike that had a lot to do with their success. But more so from the defensive point of view. And for Cloud9 White, we have to remember that it wasn't just that they were missing shower control. They were working with pretty much no map whatsoever. So you've got to find control early. If this overtime were to keep going defense for defense, someone needs to take some sort of a aggressive stance. You have to feel offensively to kind of push these players back. And with the flashes and paint shells, there will be an opportunity to take Hookah control. And Mel still trying to feel the hot hand. Maybe a bit of a heat check there, just solo challenging the 2 players over by A. And, well, the hit the whole time was coming towards B. KP not good for more than just the first. Lori caught off by the numbers. And how about it, Cloud9 White 3v1 with the spike going down.
Oh, Panini's actually sneaking their way through. Might be able to catch some of these players, but oh, that had to be an instant kill, I think. That said, oh my goodness, Panini out of nothing. The classic right click is making this look doable. That is going to enable the Astral Divide to come through, and you can't hear anything. She's going to make the play, trying to time it. Oh, it was such a good idea, but Alexis, with that reactive play, is going to be able to shut it down. That's so unfortunate for Panini.
What do you do here offensively? Based on the trademark positions, this looks like this will eventually go towards A. At least that's the initial idea. But can you potentially bait Cloud9 White onto some weird positions? Because we've largely seen, for the other side, C9W have really not played forward for early intel any single defensive round. The only time they did was when Jazz had the showstopper and made this exact same play through B long and then instantly teleported over. So this will be interesting because Shopify Rebellion looked like they were pretty primed that they want to hit a full flood through short.
Yeah, the drone made its way through as the Trailblazer here, so not a huge amount of info, but now the sound cues are coming through that short position. U-Haul is open and for the taking. It will be taken. Oh no, Mel's just dominating this position, and just like that, it is a strike for Cloud9 White, just taking down all the pins there as they make their way forward through that short A position. Panini once again against ridiculous odds, and it's not going to look remotely close. Mel shuts it down with the triple kill.